can see, this quite is maybe the best bargain Ferrari that you can buy for the money.
Okay guys, we are now with the Ferrari California in possibly one of the best specs I have ever seen for the car. To be exact, there are only 2 Californias in blue in South Africa, and this is one of the 2. So thank you to the guys at Grandia Motors for letting us come and review such a special California. And I must say, the California isn't my favorite looking Ferrari. It hasn't been the best design, and I know that most people can agree with me in that sense. But this spec, with these 458 rims, the yellow brake calipers, tan interior, and this light blue exterior, is possibly one of the best looking Californias I've seen. And for the money you can get it for, is probably the biggest bargain of a Ferrari, coming in with a 4.3 litre V8, which we will speak more on later. But it is just absolutely stunning. I mean, the angles on this car just work so well in this baby blue color. As you can see, it's obviously previous gen California, so you've got the snorkel or the scoop on the bonnet, whereas the T now has some air ventage for the turbochargers. And you've got, obviously, it's just the California, but in saying that, it is one of the best looking Californias out there. So there's not much to say other than it is a stunning spec, and whoever spec'd this the exact way I would have spec'd it. So let's head inside and see what the interior is like.
Okay guys, so now that we're on the interior of the California, one thing I can say, it's very reminiscent of the Ferrari FF that I got to review a couple years ago, because this infotainment system right here is literally from the FF itself. Apart from most other Ferraris at the time, like the 458, the F12, and much of like the Super Series Ferraris, it was only the FF and the California that really did use this infotainment system from other Fiat Chrysler products. And I would say, it's not the best, you know. It's very old now. It's very laggy. It's not of the time, and that's still cool, where you can put in your CDs and then the infotainment system literally flips with the flick of a button, literally right there. And one other thing that's very peculiar about this, most other Ferraris at this time actually had a lot of the controls on the steering wheel, so like your turn signals, your headlights, and your window washers as well. So this must probably be the very last modern Ferrari where the turn signals and your light controls and much of the other controls as well was still as stalked behind here. So that's very, very weird and very, very peculiar. Of course, you got the Magnetino dial right here, got Sport, Comfort, and CST. We will not be doing it CST today because I do not want to die. And I will say the general quality of this car, yeah, it's not really that well built, you know. Well, Fiat owned Ferrari by a big margin, you know. These days Ferrari has really moved on from what they once was. And one thing I do gotta say is it's very reminiscent that this window control right here is the same window control as in that car right there. If you didn't know, that little Renault Clio has the same mirror control that literally turns and toggles however you want the mirror to be. So now let me actually just pass it on to Matteo right now so that he can tell you what it's like as a general quality car.
Okay guys, heading into the passenger side now of the California, and as Eugene has said, now sure, the quality of the car is really good. I mean, you've got some beautiful stitching around here, some beautiful materials used. So in terms of that quality, the quality is really nice. But I must say, the finished build quality of everything is what we had expected, or what has been said before about these Ferraris. I mean, they are not up to the caliber of Porsches in any sense, or in comparison to the Germans in any sense, of the German rivals from Porsche or even Lamborghini in some ways. And I will demonstrate now quickly just some examples. I mean, this lever here is like really difficult to use to open and close. This door handle, that doesn't open. You have to really pull it to get the door to open. You have to then pull it again because the lever is a bit weird. And when you close the door, there's a big rattle and everything kind of shakes. But at the end of the day, this is a Ferrari. It is still special because of the central badge here. And coming onto the center, you can see our favorite buttons. The launch button, the auto button, obviously not the reverse button, but and then you've got some of your general other sort of mechanisms here to use in the car. You've got all your climate control and as such. Got your windows selectors in the middle. there's not much storage. I mean, you get a bit of like a tray bit over there and a bit of a tray bit over here, and inside here you can fit some very small things. And I figured that majority of this car storage is very small. You've got some very small side pieces here. Inside the glove box there's some very small space, and we will show you now in the back seats that it also isn't very large. And then one more thing, coming to the seats, once more, they are beautifully finished. I mean, the certain materials used are of good quality. The leathers are stunning, the stitching is done well. You even get this really nice tubing, but they aren't the most comfortable seats I've ever sat in. It's not like this would be the best car to drive long distances in, and we can see why other journalists have said similar things in terms of the finish quality and possibly even the drive quality, which we will get back to possibly by the end of this video. So let's head to the back seats and see what it's all about. Okay guys, we are now in the back of the California, which you can see, going along the topic of not having much space for storage, it can't store other humans in the back either. I mean, this seating position can go a bit forward. I mean, it does have decent enough legroom, being a front engine car, very front dominated. You've got a lot of legroom in the front stock standard in the positions I was sitting in. But in this position now, it's at a point where it's still comfortable for the driver. You don't want to go too much further, else it's not very comfortable for them. But yeah, there isn't really space in the back. This is really one of those 2+2 cars, such as the MG GTs, the SLs, Audi TTs, Porsches, all of these cars that have two main seats for the driver and the passenger and two extra seats at the back don't actually really think about the people at the back. I mean, if you look at this side, you can fit a bag. If you take this bag and put it between the seats, that's all you can fit in there. And yeah, so it's not the most comfortable. It's not the worst I've ever done. And yeah, we wouldn't be able to fit in the back here if the roof was up. I mean, as you can see, if the roof was to slant here, I'm 5'7", 5'8", and if the roof was up, you would not fit in the back. So unless you have very small children to put in the back of your Ferrari California, you cannot fit them.
Okay guys, so we are driving. Oh, that feels so good. That feels so good. Immediately, I'm not even using full throttle. Not full at all. That feels so good. I think I have died and gone to heaven. I mean, the 4.3 V8. Oh, that feels so good. Yeah, that feels. Maddie, what do you have to say?
Well, immediately, this is a harsh gearbox.
Yeah.
And I can say that, but in a really good way. And just a quick stop, there is a yellow Supra there. We have been seeing quite a few really nice cars around this area today. It's been really nice. I mean, having a Ferrari and seeing some beautiful cars going by. But yeah, getting back to the Ferrari, it is a harsh gearbox. It really does kick you in the back. But it does create some excitement in the car, which I cannot deny. And so far, the seats don't seem too bad while driving. I mean, like I said, there isn't the most space in here, but again, it is a 4-seater with the prancing horse, which you cannot complain about. It is a Ferrari.
And it's so fast, like it's really fast. Doesn't matter if it's from like 2010 or 2011, it's still fast to this day. It's so really, and the sound, the V8. And guys, by the way, this is my first time driving a Ferrari. I mean, I've driven RS7, I've driven many performance hot hatches, but this, oh, you're telling me for the same price as an M4, because this is the same price as an M4, you're getting a Ferrari badge, you're getting a Ferrari V8, and you get everything associated with a Ferrari. It is honestly unbelievable. Okay, I would say that infotainment system is old. I won't deny that, but top down V8 Ferrari with your guys, I don't know what can be better. Like really, what can be better than this? Especially looking at this Supra right here. I'm still disappointed that it was a BMW, but that felt amazing. The door clutch. And it grabs so much attention. I mean, a Ferrari will always be a Ferrari, no matter where you go. I mean, even when we were shooting, my God, like I think 10 people were just showing up, just trying to look at the car, take pictures, and go absolutely insane. And Matteo,
Yeah, just to add to it, like Eugene is saying, this is still a Ferrari. Don't think that because it only has 330 kilowatts and in today's day hot hatches are making those sorts of power. I mean, I don't even know if you can hear me properly, but that engine noise, and the best thing to say that you get from a Ferrari is the soul, the passion you get with the car, the heritage, the history.
I can just feel it under my right foot.
I get goosebumps talking about the car while being in the car. That is the type of thing you get from this car.
Now this is when we shut up. And it's such usable power. You know, Ferraris today have so much that I don't even know if you can use it. I really don't. Like, I really don't know if you can use it. So now let me actually just pull over real quick so that Matteo can actually get a sense of this car, so that he can feel what it's like to drive. Let's just pull over real quick. So we'll meet you guys in a bit. So how do you feel?
Feel proper.
All right, put it into first gear.
Where's the hazards?
It's over here.
Alright, there's it.
Upshift, and let's go. Okay. Go to the right. We're gonna go right at the robot.
Or just go all the way to the end of the road.
Okay.
And there's a big U at the end.
Oh, okay. So that means you can test it out yourself now.
Yeah.
So, what do you feel driving it?
So far, there is no complaints. You sit really low down in it. The seats aren't too uncomfortable. I'm quite surprised. I have been in a California T as well as in an FF, and they do feel much newer in a sense, especially the California T. So let me just get past this here quick, yeah? This thing is just something else. There is quite nothing like a Ferrari. I cannot even explain it. There are no words quite like driving such a beautifully spec Ferrari with that Ferrari engine in front there. I mean, really, there's nothing quite like it. I have no explanation for it. It's just simply amazing, I must say.
This is amazing. Even the woman that was in that Volkswagen, right, they rolled down her window just to hear it. Because you see, it's just a Ferrari.
It's just a Ferrari.
It's just a Ferrari.
And I mean, there's many better cars in terms of finishing quality, build quality. If you go look right now at a Porsche Carrera, you cannot go wrong there. Reliability, practicality, the Porsche does dominate that. Even somewhat performance, the Porsche does dominate it. But there's nothing quite like a Ferrari or Lamborghini or something along the lines of that has such.
Just go.
Okay, let me just go.
Yeah.
The brakes need to be warm to stay on that.
Floor it. The sound of that NA-V8 is glorious, and utterly glorious. Oh my. You see, now Matteo's busy playing with this. He's just playing with the car now. He really is just playing with the car now. Yeah, guys, if you keep on seeing videos like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because there's more videos like this in the future. It's just so beautiful. Stick to the right. Yeah, Matteo, any final thoughts on the driving?
There's not much else to say. I cannot lie to you guys. I am quite lost for words. It really takes the soul out of you because of the amount of soul the car has. It really makes you lost for words. But it's such a beautiful experience to be in a car like this. And we cannot say more than enough thank you to Grandeur Auto for letting us experience something so amazing. I mean, not, like I said, not that it's the greatest car out there, but at the end of the day, this Ferrari prancing horse badge here, that motor up front, and everything combined with this car really makes it something more special than your M4 or something as such for similar pricing. And yeah, there's just not much else to say about this car.
yeah, look, we'll give you guys our final thoughts when we get back, so yeah, stay tuned. So guys, after that amazing drive, what do we think about the California? Well, as a standard California, the engine is amazing, the gearbox is phenomenal. To think that it's almost 14 years old, I mean, that's clearly almost as old as we are. But as a car, it's amazing. If you want to come down and buy it, it's at Grandeur Auto, right up there. The hospitality that we've been given by these guys is honestly impeccable. So make sure you click the links down below because I'll put the description down there. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe because there's more of these coming in the future. Bye-bye.